Thank you everybody for joining. My name's Simon. I'm really excited to welcome you here today to tell you all about how you can get involved in this incredible opportunity. So to introduce myself to start with, I'm the Operations and Finance Manager here at Dig Deep. So it's basically my role to organise this incredible trip alongside our local suppliers to ensure you have the best time. I've been involved with Dig Deep now for about 10 years. So I first got involved as a fundraiser, just like yourselves. Joined a call to find out a little bit more about getting involved in climbing Mount Kenya, and also did Kilimanjaro as well. And then got a bit hooked and joined as a full-time member of staff in 2017. And now basically my role is encouraging, supporting hundreds of other people like yourselves on our challenge events throughout the years, so they can enjoy a similar incredible experience that I have myself, whilst obviously raising the vital funds to support the charity. So yeah, I'm delighted to be able to tell you all about Mount Kenya today. So as I mentioned, you'll be supporting the charity Dig Deep as part of this Mount Kenya challenge. You'll have a fundraising target of £2,600, and this is split 50-50 between a charity donation to Dig Deep and also your in-country trip costs associated with the climb itself. And this money needs to be reached by the 11th of August 2024. You have to achieve this full total. Now, this money can be fully fundraised along with our support. It can be part self-funded, or it can be fully self-funded. It's completely up to you how you want to go doing that. But obviously, we are here to support you through the process in your fundraising. Anything you raise above the £2,600 goes straight to the charity and further increases your impact in Kenya as well. So to start with, I'd love to tell you a little bit more about what you're going to be making possible basically in Kenya by taking on this challenge and fundraising for this cause. So at Dig Deep, we believe that everyone has a fundamental right to clean water, safe toilets, and good hygiene. Now, we're a little bit different to other development charities that you may be aware of, in that we only work in one region. And we're committed to fixing the issues experienced here before moving elsewhere. We know, though, that it's not hard to do this alone. It takes successful collaboration with local people, governments, and fellow partners to build the systems that have a lasting impact. And ultimately, it's our job to just dramatically speed them up. So this is where we work. It's a place called Bomet County. It's in the southwest of Kenya. It's a beautiful rural county, home to approximately 1 million residents, but it is one of the most underserved and least resourced areas of the country. This is the reality in Bomet at the moment. So just over 2 out of 3 people don't have access to any clean water. Just over half don't have access to a safe toilet, and children don't have the access to the basic hygiene education that we take for granted, like this use of soap in washing our hands. So we're working directly with communities and local tradesmen to build the large-scale water systems required, such as rainwater harvesting projects and spring protection schemes that provide a clean and reliable water source. We're also building safe toilets at schools and training households how to construct their own latrines in their own communities at their houses, whilst also delivering vital hygiene training through to those who need it most via the training of community health volunteers who pass it on into the communities and also deliver hygiene lessons in schools as part of the curriculum. But at the same time, we know that in the long run, it is going to take collaboration amongst these many stakeholders, including governments, businesses, and local communities, to fully overcome this water sanitation crisis in a sustainable way. So we're also investing in planning, in monitoring and training in Bomet to build the systems for the long term, which is the only way in which we can overcome and resolve the water sanitation crisis. Now, one example of this is that Dig Deep and the county government of Bomet have signed a memorandum of understanding from 2022 to 2027, which commits both ourselves and the government to co-funding and jointly delivering our work so we can rapidly scale up our resources and our expertise by pooling it together. And this truly is a vital and historic step to achieve this lasting change that we're striving for, and ultimately achieve our mission of transforming access to these vital services for the entire 1 million people of Bomet County. And the exciting thing is that you can obviously play a part as well in helping us to achieve this over the coming year and beyond. So just £50 provides 1,000 litres of clean water storage at a school in Kenya. So obviously by taking on this challenge with the fundraising target, you can see the impact that you can have by fundraising taken on this trip. Obviously, that is a very small snapshot of the work that we do, but I do urge you to go along to our website, read a little bit more and find out a little bit more about what we do, so you can see who you're going to be supporting by taking on this trip. But for now, I'm going to move on to tell you a bit about the Mount Kenya Challenge itself, which I'm sure you're all here to find out more about. So Mount Kenya is the largest mountain in Kenya, and it's also the second highest mountain in Africa, behind only Kilimanjaro. So it stands just over 5,000 meters in height. It's an incredibly beautiful mountain. You'll be trekking to the trekking summit called Point Lenana, which is the third highest peak. The top two peaks are technical climbs, but the trekking summit stands at just under 5,000 meters. You'll spend 5 days on the mountain along the Chagouria route, and you'll start your trek at 1,600 meters. So to join the Mount Kenya Challenge, you'll need to pay a registration fee, which is £295 in total. But we split this up into 2 more manageable instalments. So the first one being £145 when you first complete the registration form, and the remaining balance of £150 is due by the 31st of March, just to help it a little bit easier for you to sort of break that up into 2 more manageable instalments. But there are also ways in which you can reduce this remaining balance. And one way is through our Sign Up a Friend scheme. So you can reduce your remaining registry balance by encouraging others to join you. And for every friend that you encourage to sign up with you, you'll receive a £50 discount, and your friend will also achieve the same. So if you get 3 friends to sign up with you, you'll have just registered for the initial £145 and have no further registration fees left to pay. And all you need to do to go through this and to take advantage of this offer is to basically state each other's names on the registration form when you sign up. Or if you sign up first, just get your friend then to pop your name on the registration form as the person who referred them, and then you'll both get that £50 discount each. Now your fundraising target, and as I said, we are a charity running these trips in-house basically to raise the funds for our projects. That means that no profit is being made by you taking on this challenge. All the money you raise or pay is either a charitable donation to Dig Deep, or is directly covering the in-country trip costs associated with your climb itself. So this really does make it the most affordable challenge that you can take on. The in-country trip costs you can see are listed out there. So these include everything around your climb, from your support staff, the equipment you need on the mountain in terms of your communal camping equipment, and your tent and your sleeping mats. You've got all of your food and water provided, as well as the entrance to the national park. You'll also have a expedition medic accompanying your climb group. So you'll have all medical services and supplies provided to you by a trained expedition medic. And you'll also have your in-country travel, so airport pickup options, and also travel to and from the mountain, as well as full board accommodation for a night either side of the challenge as well. So all of those costs associated with the trip are covered within your fundraising target. Now, the trip itself is taking place in October. So we're now recruiting for our October 2024. So these are the dates that you need to pop into your diary if you're keen to get involved. So mid-October, from the 12th to the 18th of October. So it's a minimum 7-day adventure, including that 5-day trip, and then travel to and from Kenya as well. Now, mid-October is a great time to visit Kenya. The temperature is relatively pleasant, with limited rainfall, as the rainy seasons are in April and November. Now, Mount Kenya is a true hidden gem. It's a very quiet and untouched mountain, so you won't see many other climbers other than your own group along the trek, meaning to be able to fully immerse yourself in nature and enjoy it at its finest. So along the Chagouria route, you will see stunning landscapes, including beautiful glacial lakes, such as Lake Ellis, which you can see here, and where you'll spend one of your nights on the mountain. You'll then head through the gorgeous valley, which you wind your way through, surrounded either side by impressive rocky peaks. And you'll be able to look back and see the path you've come from, and really to enjoy those incredible views throughout. You then reach the Northern Moorlands, which is a signature of Mount Kenya's green landscape, and it has filled with native, weird and wonderful flora and fauna as you go through. Now, it is a very wet mountain, so you'll pass numerous different glacial lakes and rivers along the way, and it is one of the primary water towers of Kenya. And this results in luscious environment, so you'll see lots of native wildlife, as I said, but also everyone's favourite, the rock hyrax, which is basically a giant guinea pig, but you'll see these around the camp as high as 4,600 metres. Now, whilst on Mount Kenya, you will be camping in tents, and your camps will be prepared for you by your crew, so there'll be no fiddling with tent poles or anything like that. All of your camps will be set up for you, and when you arrive at your camp, your chefs will prepare some amazing food for you as well. So you get 3 freshly cooked meals a day, and all dietary requirements can be catered for. And you can just enjoy then the campsite and the incredible night skies and vast rocky peaks above you at each of your campsites. On summit night, it's extra special because you actually start your hike at night, aiming to reach this peak for around sunrise. So you'll get up around 2 a.m., exit your tent, pop on a few extra layers because we were pretty chilly, and then you'll follow your guides towards the summit. Now, this will be your hardest push on the mountain. You will be obviously tired from your day's walking, you'll be cold, and it can be a little bit disorientating as well doing it at dark. But you'll be alongside an experienced team of local climb guides and support crew, as well as your incredible teammates who have become great friends along the way. So you can push each other to the top. And the great thing about Mount Kenya is the hike to the summit is a bit of a scramble. So as the sun starts to rise, the rocky path will begin to glow red from the sun, and you'll get to do that really sense of accomplishment of clambering your way up to the summit. And then this will be you, basking in the sort of sun-soaked rocky summit at the top of Kenya's highest mountain, and enjoying the most spectacular views out across the Kenyan landscape. You'll be celebrating your achievement with your team and crew around you before you then continue your circuit round the mountain and down these to Sirimon Gate. So you go down a different way than what you've come up to witness some more stunning scenery and landscapes along the way. Now, the climb itself can just be the start of your Kenya adventure, and there are a few different options for you to consider if you want to be interested in sort of extending your stay a little bit further. So for a slightly higher fundraising target of 3,250, we're offering a unique opportunity for you to extend your stay into a 14-day trip, where after your climb, you can head down to Bomet County, which is a place where Dig Deep conducts its charity work. Here you'll be hosted by our local Kenyan team, and you have the chance to see firsthand the impact that your fundraising has had through visiting some of the projects that fundraising has helped to support and complete. Over a few days, you'll walk right through from village to village, interact with the local community, and visit some local schools on a truly sort of immersive experience within the culture of Bomet County. It's a perfect way to sort of round off your visit to Kenya in a quite a unique way. Now, this trip is limited to a maximum of 20 places. It's going to be on a first come, first served basis. So if this does interest you, I'll recommend signing up as soon as possible to make sure you don't miss out. Alternatively, though, Kenya is obviously an amazing place to go on safari and see some of the amazing East African wildlife. And with the recommended time to visit Kenya for safaris being between June and October, it's really a great opportunity to make the most of your visit and explore more of what Kenya has to offer after your Mount Kenya climb. And likewise, if relaxing on a beach scene like this is more your style, then Kenya has some stunning beach locations overlooking the Indian Ocean. Diani is a personal favourite of mine, which is where I went after I completed my Mount Kenya climb. But also Zanzibar is off the coast of Tanzania. It's only a short flight down from Nairobi. So both are truly beautiful places to relax after a trek. Something for you to consider if you're interested in sort of seeing all of what Kenya has to offer for you. Now, we also completely appreciate the obviously planning far in advance, and things can change unexpectedly for you. So we try to ensure that there's flexibility built into our challenges program. Firstly, we offer a 14-day cooling off period. So once you sign up, you've got 2 weeks, and if you change your mind within that 2 weeks, you can get a full refund of your registration fees. After that 14-day period, though, your registration fees do become non-refundable. So please make sure, well, obviously when you sign up, that if you do want to change your mind, it's within that first 14 days. But after that, we also offer one of the most comprehensive deferral policies in the market, putting our fundraisers right at the centre, as we understand that plans can change. Therefore, everyone who registers for one of our challenges will be able to defer to the following year, for any reason and with no charge, as long as you request this before your final fundraising deadline. So everything that you fundraised at that point will carry over, and there'll be no change in your fundraising target, and we'll just simply move your fundraising deadline in line with your new trip date. This means that for whatever reason, if you have a family wedding, for example, that pops up, or you have a work placement or a job change, anything like that, you can simply move your trip to the following year and not be left out of pocket. Now, fundraising, it's natural to be a little bit apprehensive about fundraising. It's something you haven't done before, and obviously thinking about raising £2,600 may be a little bit sort of nerving for you. But trust us, it can and should be a lot of fun. We don't just sit back and let you figure it out for yourself. We're here to support you every step of the way. We pride ourselves on the commitment and the comprehensive support that we offer to all of our fundraisers. And ultimately, we understand that obviously the better our fundraisers are supported, the more funds that you can raise. And that obviously means more funds that we can put towards our charitable objectives. So everyone's a winner when we're working towards the same goal. Now, you do not need to be an experienced fundraiser either to succeed in this challenge. In fact, as you can see, most of our participants, fundraising is pretty new to them. So you won't be alone in that. Ultimately, it's about utilizing us and our resources and then getting out there and doing things that you enjoy for your fundraising. Now, you will need to obviously put some time and effort into this. With fundraising, it's kind of, you get in what you put out, you get out what you put in. But you just need to be creative and organized and make sure that you have the most of your time possible before the deadline. So obviously being on this session now, the sooner you sign up, you've got well over a year until your fundraising is due. So you've got plenty of time to sort of get cracking and give yourself that opportunity to get involved and start fundraising straight away through the summer. Now, to get you started, as soon as you register, we'll get you booked in for a one-to-one call. And this gives us opportunity to sort of chat to you about what your hobbies and interests are, and put together a bit of a plan of how you can sort of approach and tackle your start of your fundraising. Then after that, every month you will have access to a schedule of support that we put out. And this will start with your fundraising newsletter, with your creative sort of monthly fundraising ideas, and also important dates for your diary to be aware of. And then throughout the month, we'll explore more of these in detail on our social media channels, which we urge you to follow to keep up to date. You'll also be given a direct contact at Dig Deep, who will be your fundraising support officer. They'll have their calendar open for you to book in calls and also be available for any messages or any queries or questions that you may have. You can take advantage of their services throughout the year whenever you need them. You'll also have access to extensive fundraising resources and our campaigns as well. So this includes our whole fundraising resources website with loads of booklets and ideas and top tips of opportunities and events you can do through your fundraising. And we also encourage you to learn from each other. So we'll organize regular blog series, regular webinars where we can invite other people from around the country who are doing fundraising like you to come and share their top tips and advice. And as well as that, we also have opportunities for you to get involved in smaller events such as skydives, Tough Mudders, to obviously support you in your fundraising for your big challenge. So yeah, you will not be alone. You'll basically be joining a massive Dig Deep community of present and past climbers. So you won't just have us, you also have your fellow team, fellow climbers on the same challenge, but also hundreds of other fundraisers from around the year doing their own challenges, which, as I said, will be sharing their advice, their top tips, their successes, which you can put into your own fundraising as well. Now, obviously, there might be times where fundraising may seem a little bit too challenging, a bit difficult for you, but it's important to remember that every pound that you raise has a massive impact. So £80 is what it costs to paint talking walls on a latrine block in Kenya, to provide that vital hygiene messages for students to obviously understand the importance of washing their hands after using the toilet. So it's the simple things to get across those vital hygiene messages that are needed. But we truly know that every one of you can smash your fundraising targets, and we are here to support you every step of the way. But seeing obviously what your fundraising can achieve, definitely the motivation to keep you going. Now, I hope you've seen in this presentation that the landscapes are incredible on Mount Kenya, but this challenge is more than that. And I think this quote from Lewis, one of our previous climbers, kind of sums it up pretty well. As you can imagine, the climb itself is going to be a challenge for you to overcome, but the experience that you'll have along the way, witnessing incredible views and landscapes, making lots of great memories with your team and crew, and experience a different culture in East Africa are things that you truly remember forever. And obviously not only that, but the funds that you raise on this challenge will truly be transforming lives in Bomet County. And that in itself is something to be truly proud of. So we've been running these events, these East African challenges now since 2011. And in that time, I've supported over 2,000 fundraisers. And I really hope that you can be the next person that I'll be working on to the team. So to finish off, I just want to say a massive thank you for listening. And I'm really excited to work into the Dig Deep family. Please pop over to our website. You can scan the QR code and obviously read a little bit more about the event and how to get involved. And any particular questions, don't hesitate to contact us at support@Dig Deep, and one of the team will get back to you.